Hi, everyone. Today I am just going to talk a little bit about something that I've been seeing with some of my clients. Now, in my program, I obviously don't prescribe HRT because I'm not a physician, but I wanted to share this bit about HRT for those of you who might be thinking about using HRT. And here's the thing that I've run into is I've had clients join my program because they've been put on HRT without any testing at all by their doctor. And they're not feeling good. They're feeling off. Maybe their symptoms have gotten way worse. They've gotten new symptoms. And this could be this could be really hard to live with. And so there are some doctors that are in the camp of only using testing, but not really using symptoms. And then there are others who are using symptoms, but not doing any testing. And I'm in the camp of doing both, right? You work with symptoms, but then you also have testing to help you identify what the underlying root cause of an imbalance might be. This is different than the testing that you would get at your GP's office. Um, the testing that I use in my practice in my Vibrant Midlife Mastery course is actually a functional medicine lab test. And this gives me a really good idea for exactly what is happening with your body. For instance, you may have symptoms that would just be lumped into perimenopause, but really your imbalance might be a thyroid issue. It might be low thyroid. It might be insulin resistance. You would never know that if all you got tested were estrogen and progesterone. You might get tested and they might say, oh, well, you look fine, but then you still have the symptoms. And so it's really important to dig a little bit more deeply to really test not just your sex hormones, but a full thyroid panel and fasting insulin and A1C and all your entire cortisol curve for the day and also vitamin D levels. All of this can affect how you feel. And there's so many overlaps for symptoms that could sometimes be just clumped together under perimenopause and menopause. So testing, not guessing, is one of my favorite things, but also overlay symptoms. And you might be wondering how I work with clients then if I don't use HRT. And I feel like a lot of people have been going straight towards HRT without taking a closer look at the underlying imbalances that are happening in a person's body. I work with women, so speaking mostly of women. And, the way that I work is looking at those root cause imbalances. So if it is that your sex hormones are really actually pretty normal, then I would go towards what's completely off. And it might be a thyroid. Okay, so what's going on with your thyroid? Is it that you're not converting T4 to T3? Okay, well, then a liver detox could really help this. Or taking something like DIM, which is an excellent supplement for liver detoxing. Is it instead that you're having weight gain issues? Well, it could just be you have some blood sugar dysregulation. Maybe you have insulin resistance, which is causing that weight gain that you see. So, okay, let's focus on diet and movement to help bring that insulin sensitivity up. So, there are all sorts of ways that we could balance the body together, making diet and lifestyle and calming that nervous system changes that will help you feel really, really good without having to take HRT. And when the underlying root cause of your imbalance is not addressed, your HRT might work for some time, but then it might not. because your body does fluctuate and you really want to address those underlying root causes before adding anything on. So that is my personal take. And, but it's really important to note that personally, I don't think it's okay to get HRT without having any testing done. Just not okay. Anyway, hope you take that with a grain of salt. Understand that this is my opinion. And of course, others will have their opinion. And I will see you tomorrow.